Excellencies, Royal Highnesses, my lords, spiritual and temporal, honorable members, honorable commissioners, distinguished invited guests, sons and daughters of Adamawa State. The man who has turned the story of our land around. The architect and builder of the new Adamawa of our dreams. Mr. Project, Mr. Capacity. The Lionheart, the Fearless, the Emancipator. The man who does justice and justice flows through him like water. The governor, the leader, your leader, my leader. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to rise as we bring to the podium for his speech, His Excellency, the Right Honorable Ahmadu Fintiri, CON Governor of Adamawa State.
Thank you. Sit down. Sit down.
As the governor marks his 6 years anniversary today, May 29th, various projects comprising construction of 5 different flyovers, the first in the history of Adamawa State, and underpass bridge in strategic locations in the capital city of Ola, were recorded.
Samaila. Wesley, the heads of our courts, ably read by the Chief Judge of the State, Justice Hafsat Abdurrahman, the National Assembly members, both present and former, ably read by Senator Bino Siaro, the chairman of IPAC, the chairman of PDP, the largest and the oldest political party in the sub-Saharan Africa, ably represented by the organizing secretary, Alhaji Hamza Madagal, members of the Adamawa State House of Assembly, the SLG, the Chief of Staff, the Head of Staff, members of the State Executive Council, of particular to mention today, the Commissioner for Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Abdullahi Adamawa, advisors to the Governor, our respective emirs and chiefs, chairmen and members of boards and commissions, our chairman, vice chairman and councillor, all the 21 local government that are here, particularly the Alcon chairman. Other government officials, especially PSA, the governor, the SSA, SA, and the SS. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, good afternoon. We are here again in fulfillment of what has become the engraved trademark of our administration. The continuous delivery of the dividends of democracy and good governance to our people and our people through the initiation and execution of projects that places our state strategically on the map of progress and bring shared prosperity to the people as we collectively march into a guaranteed future with pride. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to break the ground and formally flag off the construction of an ultra-modern state-of-the-art international conference and event center in the heart of Yola. The center when fully constructed, will boost state-of-the-art facilities, galleries, mini halls, administrative offices, restaurants, tea rooms, outdoor seating arrangement, and uninterrupted power supply. Most interesting and heartwarming is the economic and commercial benefit which it will attract to the state's coffer, directly and otherwise. Going by the number and caliber of seminars, conferences, political confabs, dinners, lunches, reviews, graduation parties, workshops, awards, and other strategic get-togethers, which will be drawn to the center at its completion. Only the myopic will fail to see where all this will lead the state when the project is completed. This is besides other socio-economic benefits which will be evident. Taking advantage of the viability of the Yola International Airport, the center will attract patronage across the country and internationally. This will further open up the state for investment and tourism, whose multiplier effect will manifest in providing jobs for our youth and boosting the state internally generated revenue. This center will transform all the state into a commercial hub and prompt development into the surrounding towns and villages, roads, lock-up stores, and the like. In its own right, the center will provide jobs because there will be need for on-the-ground staff who will help to keep it in top shape. Beyond every benefit that will be availed by this project is the fact that it represents our bold and strategic effort at building the Adamawa of the future today. It is our deliberate attempt at maximizing the hospitality and tourism sector potential by positioning the state well and ready for maize industry. The maize is the hospitality and tourism subsector that represents the acronym of M for meeting, I for incentives, C for conferences, and E for exhibition. It's a huge industry which we are determined to dominate as a major player. Though we lay the foundation of this center today. I call on all relevant authorities to initiate discussion with event planners globally. Break the news to them that in the next 12 months, Yola will be ready to host their meetings, conferences, and exhibition with the right incentive. We hope to host major conferences like the MBA, ICANN, CIBN conferences, etc. in Yola. Distinguished guests, this is one step at coupling the pieces of our investment promotion campaign into a whole. We cannot continue to talk about attracting investors without putting in place the right infrastructure. If we are telling people to live where they are and come to Adamawa, we should be able to give them what they are benefiting there and even more. We can keep saying Adamawa is ready for business. But without the right infrastructure in place, they will tell us they like our policies, but they want to see better facilities. They want to see good roads where they don't have to spend hours in traffic. They want to see clean environment where their hygiene of their investment can be guaranteed. They will equally want to see robust tourism and recreational facilities. The good news is that we are matching our talks with action. Today, Yola boasts of the best and the most convenient hassle-free road network relative to its size in the country. We are completing the over 27-year moribund Yola Stadium. By the grace of God, we shall be completing the best international conference center in northern Nigeria in the next 12 months. We have prioritized infrastructural development as a catalyst for economic growth through strategic partnership and targeted funding. We have executed numerous projects aimed at rural electrification, road construction, and public facility upgrade. We have successfully executed over 30 rural electrification projects, impacting thousands of households across multiple local government areas. These projects have contributed significantly to rural development, enhancing productivity in agriculture, commerce, and social services. We are opening up the state to the best investors in the renewable energy space through our strategic partnership for the development of solar farm and mini grids. We are deploying everything within our power, not only to attract investors into the state, but to make them stay when they come. Our State Action on Business Enabling Reform, SEBA, program has been instrumental in fostering a competitive business environment. Through digital transformation and regulatory reform, we have reduced business registration timeline, automated government services, and improved registration and improved transparency in land transactions. One of the key highlights of our economic advancement has been our ease of doing business score, which improved from 5.25 in 2021 to 5.86 in 2023, resulting in 10 plus 10 positions climb in the national ranking. Our internally generated revenue has also witnessed growth, driven by improved tax collection and mechanism, digital financial management, and expanded economic activity. The State Fiscal Transparency League table has consistently ranked Adamawa State in the top 5 in Nigeria since 2023, reflecting our commitment to financial accountability and good governance. With a budget performance of over 80% in the year 2024, our fiscal discipline ranking is one of the best in the country. We have significantly improved our financial reporting, procurement processes, and public expenditure management. The implementation of digital financial platforms and e-procurement system has enhanced efficiency, reduced corruption risks, and ensured judicious use of public funds. We have reduced cost of governance and reduced overhead costs with over 40%, making it the first of its kind in Nigeria. We have been faithful to our debt service and reduced our debt profile with over 50% repayment. This is perhaps one of the best rankings in the country. Our investment rating is BBB+, making us the fifth subnational with an investment rating by credible rating agencies in the country. The education sector has occupied a place of priority in our Adamawa 2.0 agenda. Today, our teachers are paid regularly. The infrastructure in our school is being improved. We are building new smart schools at both basic and secondary level. The teaching aids are provided in the schools. Scholarship bursaries are provided for our students in tertiary institutions. School enrollment has improved geometrically. Basic education is free in the state, and for the past 6 years, no child attending public school has paid a dime for NECO and WIAC in Adamawa State. Through our deliberate and targeted investment in education sector, for the past 3 years, we have consistently led the Northeast in performance ranking for both WIAC and NECO, and we are among the top 5 in the country with a consistent average of 65% candidates with 5 credits and above, including English and mathematics. What this means is that the combined performance of our students in this national examination for the past 3 years gives them the requisite qualification to sit for and pass JAM and get admission into tertiary institution of their choice. This feat is unprecedented in the combined history of Adamawa and Diffok Gongola State. We have invested enough resources in health sector by constructing new hospitals and clinics, renovated the existing one, and recruited nurses and doctors to man them. What is fascinating here is that we have placed the health sector personnel on a competitive salary that matches only the federal government. We have established the state health insurance scheme, which is aimed at supporting low-income earners and vulnerable people in the state. Under this scheme, children under 5 years, pregnant mothers, and aged above 65 are receiving free medical attention. It is of interest to note the health indicators from the Federal Ministry of Health places Adamawa on top with the best health indices in the Northeast. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a day for a scorecard, but today marks our 2 years with your renewed mandate. I therefore feel obliged to keep you abreast with what we are doing with your mandate. We are not sleeping with it. In fact, we are keeping our antagonists and your enemies, the enemies of progress of Adamawa State, sleepless with it. This partly explains why they feel tormented any time we embark on a project that is beyond their individual thinking faculty. To reduce us to their level, the best of them are saying we should slow down. And I ask, on what are we to slow down? Are they expecting us to slow down on the provision of free basic education? Yes or no? Payment of WAEC and NECO fees for the students? Construction of new schools to provide access, providing urban infrastructure, building hospitals and clinics, supporting our farmers, providing water and sanitation, providing subsidized transport system through the fresh air buses, empowering our women and youth through the Fintiri business wallet, introducing commerce by conducive business environment for our traders through the construction of our markets, building houses for our civil servants. This indeed, nothing to slow down. Rather, we are increasing the gear. Rather, we are increasing the gear by pressing the accelerator to do more for our people and the future of our state. The worst of them have resorted to making tantrums and noises hinged on attempts to distract us of this sacred commitment. There is a grand conspiracy to drag us into election mode when we are busy with government. To this set of conspirators, we want to say we are too good to be distracted. There's a season for everything. For now, we place governance above politics. We are preoccupied with the delivery of dividends of democracy to our people. When the season for election comes, we shall make them lose again, as we have always done. It doesn't matter what this movement is called. Let them continue with the noises. We are not elected to respond to pedestrian tantrums. We are elected to outgrow them. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, I assure you of our commitment to the delivery of good governance to our state, where no one is left behind and nothing is left untouched. To the glory of God and the use of humanity, it is my pleasure to formally break the ground and flag off the construction of the Adamawa International Conference and Event Center, Yola. To God be the glory. Thank you and God bless you.